to do a natural look today. So, for all the girls who don't like to wear a whole bunch of makeup, it's going to be a natural look, really simple and easy to do. I'm going to start off with my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Ebony. And I'm just going to use a angled brush for that. It's just an angled brush I got from my local beauty supply store. And just brush your brows like so. Now I'm looking for my mirror. Now I'm going to use my NYX concealer in the color Nutmeg. Key is to blend out. When my brows aren't waxed, I do the top so that I can get a precise line. So if you're wondering why is there concealer at the top of my brows, that's why. And I just use a jumbo wedge, and I got these from, I think, CVS, to blend my concealer out from underneath my eyebrow. And now I am going to use my my Paint Pot Pro Longwear in Constructivist, and it's like how it looks. And I'm just going to use my fingers this today. This is how it looks on your finger. Since I'm going for a more natural look and nothing too bold, this is a very, very pretty paint pot. I love this paint pot. I've also worn this paint pot alone before, and it's very pretty. You can see it really doesn't look like you have anything on, but you can tell that I do have something on my eye. It's not too bold. It's just a natural look. It's not too much. So now I am going to go into my Makeup Geek palette, and I'm going to use Cocoa Bear, and that's this color here. I'm going to use that in my crease. On a fluffy Sigma, on a fluffy Sigma tapered blending brush. This is the E40 brush. And I'm just going to sweep that into my crease. And this is my go-to crease color because it is closer to my skin tone. So that's why I gravitate towards this color all the time, because it is closer to my skin tone. And that's the color that you want to use in your crease when you first start out. Something that is more closer to your skin tone, that can be easily blended out with any other color. So it's either Cocoa Bear that I use, or Cocoa Bear. If I'm going for a very subtle natural look, I use Cocoa Bear. If I want something that's natural but kind of, you can tell that I have something going, I use Creme Brulee. That's what I'm going to be using next on top of Cocoa Bear, just to give it some kind of transition color. And I'm using that more towards, more deeper in my crease, not as wide as I did Cocoa Bear. And you can see I'm concentrating that more in my crease than all over my eyelid. And next, I'm going to be using another color from Makeup Geek, and that is Brown Sugar. And it's kind of similar to the paint pot that I have on now. That's why this is a natural look. Nothing too bold, nothing too pow, just a very natural look. And I'm just going to use the Sigma eye shading brush, the E55 Sigma eye shading brush. I'm just going to pack that color on my lid, like so. I'm going to use a bit more. Just pack the color on. Now, because I'm going for a more natural look, I am still going to do a little depth in my crease, my outer crease, and I'm going to be using MAC's and Embark. You guys should know what Embark is. It's just a dark brown color, dark brown shade. I need to clean this little thing up. And I'm just going to put that more so here on the outer part, just to give me a little depth in my eye. And just right here. I'm not going no further than there with Embark. Just like so. Same thing on the other side. Placing it here and working it right there. I'm not going anywhere past that mark because I don't want it to be like a cut crease. I just want some depth on my outer V. And I'm not going to use black. I'm going to use dark brown. That's what I'm using right now. That's Embark. Now, if you want a more nighttime look, then you would go in with the black matte shadow to deepen it more and give you that nighttime look. And right now I'm using the Sigma E25 blending brush. And now I'm going to go back with the tapered blending brush, the E40 tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to blend everything together because my eye look is pretty much done. Just want everything to look seamless. And I'm going to use a tapered pencil brush. It's the E30 Sigma tapered pencil brush. And I'm going to take MAC, I think this is rice paper. Yeah, rice paper. It's all messed up. And I'm going to use that on my inner corner of my eye. Like this. Give you that wide awake look, like you're up and you're ready to go. And now I'm going to go in with the liner, and I'm going to use my L'Oreal Stiletto. I don't know if it's L'Oreal or not. Let me find out what liner I'm using. As soon as I find much. Okay, I can't find the other one, so. Now, I'm just going to be using the Stiletto eye pencil in Nior, which is black. Sharpen it. To find this in the gel um, form because it's like a gel liner, but not in the tube, not in the jar. I mean, because it is so smooth. I need it in the jar. Because I can't get my wing. The way I want with this. And I'm going to use an angle eyeliner brush to wing that out. And now for my inner eye, I'm going to be using the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade medium. And I've got these pencils from Ulta. And that's what I'm going to be using in my waterline. And for my bottom lashes, I'm going to be using the Benefits They're Real Mascara. And now I'm going to use a spoolie just to fix my brows because I see one is a little wider than the other. Just going to splash that out some. And okay, and now for my face, I'm going to be using the NYX Shine Killer. Just put a little like that on my fingers. And this is supposed to help prevent shininess on your face. You can use it directly in your T-zone area or whatever area you're most oily in. I'm most I'm most oily here and here, which is your T-zone area. And sometimes I get oily underneath my eyes depending on where I am. If it's like really, really hot, I tend to get oily underneath my eyes and my T-zone. So that's why I just put it all over my face, because most of the time my whole face is just super oily. So I'm just going to let that sit for a second. And now that I've let that sit a little, I am going to use my all-time favorite MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And as you can see, it's almost gone. I'm already prepared. I already have a second bottle. So that's what I'm going to use for concealer. And usually when I do a natural look, I don't use this much. I just mistakenly pumped out this much, but usually when I do a natural look, I use less than half of this. So since I pumped it out, I'm gonna have to use it. So yeah, I use less than half of this for a natural look, even though this still gives you that natural glow, but I wouldn't use this much on a regular day. And right now I'm using a small stippling brush. I got this from my local beauty supply store. Did I? No, yeah, this is an NYX stippling brush. I got it from my local beauty supply store. I always take my concealer up on my sides and on the sides of my nose. And even though I'm going natural, I still kind of want a glow. So I'm still going to use my, this keeps coming out, sorry. I still want a glow or like a bright look under my eyes. So I'm going to use the Prep and Prime highlighter pen in Peach Luster. And this is the MAC Prep and Prime highlighting pen in Peach Luster. I don't use a lot. I just use one. That's what I use. Literally, that is what I use. Then I go down the center of my nose because I want my nose to be highlighted. And then here. Which I really don't need my forehead because of my bang, but I'm going to use it. So I do my corners, cupid's bow, chin, brows, the whole highlighting thing. You guys know. So now I'm just going to use the same stippling brush to blend this out underneath my eyes. And I do have a sponge, but sometimes I don't like to use the sponge because I feel like it takes off product and it doesn't you know I just feel like it doesn't adhere. But that's me personally. A lot of people love their sponges or whatnot, but I tend to gravitate towards other things than my sponge. Just blam, blam, blam. And for my nose, I usually do my finger. That's my highlighting procedure. And it may not look like much, but it really isn't much. And now to set my concealer, I will be using the CoverGirl translucent powder in the color, what is the color? Translucent medium. Sorry guys. Translucent medium. And I just use my Sigma Taper Highlighter, the F35 Sigma Taper Highlighter brush. And I just take the product. I take a good amount of product because I love this powder. And I just pat it underneath my eye, like so. And just set everywhere that you applied concealer. And I normally use my Makeup Forever HD foundation, but since I've already applied my setting powder, I'm going to use my HD, my Makeup Forever powder instead. And she's a mess. She's all broken up. And I have the Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder in the shade 185, and it's broken up to pieces. I don't even want to put it over my computer because I don't want nothing to fall out, but as you can see, it's like broken up into pieces. I almost cried. And I'm going to use a BH Cosmetics stippling brush to apply this, and I just press it in there. I know I can fix it with alcohol or whatever, but I just am lazy, and I just go and press that on my face like so. And I just pat, pat, pat all around the area. And it's okay to go over the areas that you've highlighted. It's fine. Close that, put it back in its personal Ziploc bag. And now that I've done that, I'm going to wipe my hands off with a wipe because I don't like once I open that, it's just like mess from there on out. So I'm going to use one of my little wet wipes and wipe my hands off. Just got a little stuff on my computer, which I don't appreciate. Okay. So now that that's done, I'm still going to contour, and I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever. This is actually an eyeshadow. I don't know the number of the eyeshadow because it's rubbed off. Sorry guys, but it's an eyeshadow that I picked up that I wanted to try because I was desperately looking for a nice matte dark brown eyeshadow, and this wasn't it for me. I don't know. It wasn't it for me. It just didn't do it. So I just started to use it as a contour. What made me use it as a contour? I have no idea. I just started using it, and I absolutely love it as a contour. Just take it. You guys know. We got duck face. nose, I do a slight contour. It's not a dramatic contour. I usually don't even add product on the brush. And I use the BH Cosmetics brush. I don't know what kind of brush this would be, but it's a BH Cosmetics brush. Now I am going to blush and highlight. For my highlight, well, first I'm going to use my CoverGirl Queen bronzer in the shade Ebony Bronze, and this has become my all-time favorite. Even though it doesn't show up on me how I want it to show up on me, it still gives me some kind of life when I use it, you know. And I just use this right around my cheek area. Absolutely love this stuff. It's really pretty on fair skin tones, like, you know, red girls. It really gives them that nice, not glow, but it gives them more of the contoured look when they use it, when lighter skin tone girls use it, or when I've used it on lighter skin tone girls. It's just really pretty. It's really pretty. So if you're a red bone, this is a must-have for you. A must-have. After that, I am going to go in with my NARS blush. I think this is Orgasm. Yes, this is Orgasm and Laguna and a palette. I need to clean this palette off, or this quad. No, this duo. I need to clean this duo off, but this is Orgasm and Laguna. And I mainly use Orgasm. Sometimes I use Laguna depending on how I feel. Maybe I'll just use Laguna today. I'll use Laguna today since I'm doing a more natural look. This is can give me like just a little sun-kissed glow. And I'll just put it right here. You can see the glow a little. I also take that on my nose. I don't add any extra product. And I'm going to keep it small. Well, for my Cupid's bow, I'm going to add a little extra. I'm actually going to put a little bit of Orgasm. And now for blush, I am going to use my very favorite blush of all times, and that is MAC Fever. It's my favorite blush. Look at them cheeks up, girls. And I use the fluffy BH Cosmetics brush for that. And this can be a blush brush. And now I'm moving on to my lips, and I am going to be using a brown shade, and this is the NYX Brown. The number is 802. Okay, Myth isn't here, so I'm going to use a substitute for Myth. Okay, and my substitute for milk isn't here either. So I'm just going to be using the Wet n Wild Bare It All. It's kind of a substitute for milk, but it's not really a substitute for milk. I have an actual substitute for milk. It's not here. It must be in my purse. So I'm going to be using Wet n Wild Bare It All. I actually want to top it off with a gloss, but I don't have a gloss. So I'm not. And now I'm going to set my face with the NYX Matte Finish Matte Finish Finny Matte Spray, and it's long lasting setting spray. So I'm going to use to finish off. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little tutorial, and if you have any requests, please leave them below in the comments, and I'll make sure to go ahead and honor your request. If you have any questions about hair, makeup, clothes, shoes, whatever you want to ask, leave them down below. I'll make sure to get back to you guys as soon as I possibly can. And once again, it feels good to be back. I love you guys.